All right, welcome back. We are on Bayou St. John in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am right outside the Pitot House. And right on the bayou is the historical marker sign for the Pitot House, home of James Pitot, 1761 to 1831. Pitot was the first mayor of the incorporated city of New Orleans, 1804 to 1805. Also builder of one of the city's first cotton presses. Bought this house in 1811, built around the late 18th century. So right across the street from Bayou St. John is the house. So let's go take a look at the house. We are here on a Saturday, so it's not open. I know there's a museum inside. You can actually tour inside the house, but let's look at this beautiful home. Really cool, beautiful house. So stick around, I'll give you the full rundown about the Pitot House. The Pitot House is an example of West Indies architecture. This type of construction is well suited to the climate of New Orleans, which, like the West Indies, is very hot and humid. The house is supported by a masonry chain wall foundation. The first level is paved in brick. This flooring, though not the most elegant, aids in the cooling of the house and wears well in the rooms used for work, dining, storage, and deliveries. All the walls on the first floor are of solid masonry construction covered with stucco. The large Doric columns on the first level are also masonry construction covered with stucco. Cypress planks are used to floor the second level. The majority of these planks in the house today are the originals. These planks and the brick flooring on the first level are coated with old Creole varnish, a mixture containing equal parts of boiled linseed oil, turpentine, vinegar, and paste wax. The walls on the second level are of briquette Pitot, which means brick between post construction. As is the case on the first floor, the walls are covered with stucco. All of the millwork in the house is made of cypress. The original roof was made of cypress shingles. Today, the roof is a fiberglass replica of the original. The Pitot House was built by Bartholomew Bosque, a Spanish merchant and ship owner, as a country retreat along Bayou St. John. 11 families occupied the house. Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart used the home for a convent, and preservationists have cherished the building for its architectural beauty and historical significance. The Pitot House site is located on the area's oldest European settlement, founded 10 years prior to Jean-Baptiste Bienville's founding of New Orleans. In 1708, Bienville granted land along Bayou Choupic to several Frenchmen from Mobile, then the seat of government for the Louisiana colony. Despite efforts to grow wheat and tobacco, they had no understanding of marshy soil conditions. Only Antione de Lavigne, upon whose 2.5 arpents of the Pitot House stands, remained and cultivated farmland. The Pitot House is interpreted to the period of James Pitot, who purchased the house in 1810 from Impressionist painter Edgar Degas' great-grandmother. The Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart, founded by Mother Frances Xavier Cabrini, who was the first American to be recognized by the Vatican as a saint, owned the Pitot House since 1904, but needed land to build a Catholic high school for girls. They offered to give the Pitot House to the city or to Louisiana Landmark Society, assuming the structures could be moved. Landmarks, led by its president Harnett T. Kane, raised the necessary funds to move the brick between posts and hipped roof building on flatbed trucks 220 feet to its current location. Most of the plastered brick columns were moved intact and ground floor masonry rebuilt with bricks and concrete block. 9 years later, the house was restored to its original architectural splendor. The house is furnished with Louisiana and American antiques dating from the early 1800s through mid-19th century. In 1971, the Pitot House was placed on the National Register of Historic Places.